Welcome to Crown and Clay, where history is not just told, it's resurrected. This is more than history. This is the echo of power and the imprint of legacy. This is Crown and Clay, an entire dynasty. 70 kings in 70 days. Madness, mystery, and the fall of a kingdom. Welcome to the Seventh Dynasty of ancient Egypt, a dynasty some believe never even existed. Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're uncovering one of ancient Egypt's greatest enigmas, the so-called Seventh Dynasty. It's one of the shortest, most mysterious periods in Egyptian history, and maybe the most misunderstood. Before the Seventh Dynasty, Egypt was thriving under rulers like Pepi II of the Sixth Dynasty. But by the end of his reign, everything was crumbling. His incredibly long rule, possibly over 90 years, led to weak successors, decentralization of power, and social unrest. Add in famine, drought, and a breakdown in centralized rule, and you get a nation on the edge of collapse. Our only direct reference to the Seventh Dynasty comes from a man named Manetho, an Egyptian priest writing in the 3rd century BCE, over 2,000 years after the events he described. He famously wrote that the Seventh Dynasty had 70 kings who ruled for 70 days. That's insane, right? Most modern historians believe this wasn't meant literally. Instead, it symbolized chaos, a complete breakdown of royal authority. In other words, Egypt hit rock bottom. There are a few theories historians debate. Literal interpretation. Some scholars think there really was a rapid succession of kings, each overthrown or killed, maybe during a civil war or a desperate scramble for power. Metaphor for chaos. Others argue Manetho exaggerated to show how unstable the period was, like saying a new king every day to make a point. Clerical joke or mistake. Some even suggest the Seventh Dynasty never existed at all, that it was a scribal invention or confusion with other short-lived rulers. Either way, this dynasty represents anarchy and a deep scar in Egypt's timeline. So, did any kings actually rule during this time? We have no monuments, no confirmed tombs, and barely any names from this supposed dynasty. The Turin king list, one of the most detailed king records we have, skips over this dynasty entirely. That makes the Seventh Dynasty a ghost. A dynasty that may have existed in name only, or whose rulers were so obscure they left no trace. It's like trying to solve a murder mystery where the crime scene has vanished. There was no central king, just a dozen petty warlords, each claiming divine authority. This period likely included the so-called 7th and 8th dynasties, both marked by instability and fragmentation. But from this chaos would eventually rise new strength, a phoenix in the form of the 11th dynasty and later the Middle Kingdom. Because history isn't just about monuments and names. It's about the stories we tell and the warnings hidden within them. The Seventh Dynasty is a symbol, a time when divine kingship failed and Egypt nearly collapsed. It reminds us how fragile power can be, even for gods on earth. So what do you think? Was the Seventh Dynasty real? Were there really 70 kings in 70 days? Or was it just a warning from history? Drop your theories in the comments. I'd love to hear your thoughts. And if you enjoyed this dive into one of Egypt's most mysterious moments, give this video a thumbs up, subscribe for more ancient secrets, and ring the bell so you don't miss what's coming next.